I really think modern self-improvement content programs us into being performative. It makes us tie our self-worth to how productive we are. It's like it's brainwashing us. It's making us all fake. It's making us all NPCs. Because instead of just being yourself and trying to achieve your goals and doing what you want to do, now you're trying. You're trying to be somebody. You're trying to be a founder, a CEO. You're trying to hustle more. You're trying to be the productive guy. You know, you're watching all these Ali Abdaal videos and trying to be more productive. No shade to him, of course, but we just get into the state of just watching, right? And trying to be like somebody else, trying to follow somebody else's morning routine, trying to follow somebody else's productivity routine. But it's like, what even is productivity? It depends on the person. We can't just say like, oh, I want to be more productive. Towards what? What is your goal? What are you trying to produce? What are you trying to accomplish? You can't just follow somebody else's routine and expect to get the results that you want to get, because they probably have different goals than you. They're probably trying to do different things than you. It's like not all exercise routines, not all gym routines are created the same. You can't just do, yoga stuff if you're trying to get super jacked. You gotta kind of follow a more bodybuilder style routine. You can do the other stuff, but it's like you need to know what your goal is specifically and what the specific path is to getting there. And that starts with knowing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, and more importantly, why you want it. Because otherwise we just turn into all these performative people, right? We're performative because we're just trying to be somebody else. We're just trying to be who that person on TikTok, who that person on Instagram told us to be. Well, we see them and they look cool and they have all this nice lighting and editing, and so we just want to be like them because we don't have any direction for ourselves, or we don't know where we're going or what we're doing, so we'll just follow them. But you need to become a leader. You need to become a leader in your own life. You need to be able to lead yourself towards your own promised land, lead yourself towards your own goals. Okay, that works for them and that's cool. What can I take from them that works for them? And how can I apply it to my life? How can I apply it to my own goals? Because one thing I hate is all these fake gurus, all these hustle bros. They brainwash you into thinking that you need to be more productive. You need to just keep doing more work in order to be successful. And again, success is just like productivity. It's one of those words that people throw around all the time. It's a buzzword. But what does it really mean? It depends on the person. What I think is successful to me might not be the same for you. Like what I define as a success in the gym, for example, might not be for you, because you might want to get like super big like a bodybuilder, whereas I want to focus on leaning out and being more aesthetic. We have different goals, right? For if I were to do what you did and get really big, I wouldn't consider that a success, but you would, because that's your goal, right? All these fake gurus, their idea of success is just chasing material wealth. It's just constantly being a part of the rat race, just more money, more things. You need to buy more cars, you need to buy more clothes, you need to get all these status symbols to impress other people, stuff that you probably don't even care about. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was in college, I used to take the Dan Locke, it was his name, and he had like this high ticket closer program. It was like this course or whatever where he teaches you sales, right? I ended up learning a lot because he ended up selling me and thousands of other people on it, and I saw kind of behind the curtain of how all this like course selling, hustle bro stuff worked. So I personally got my money's worth out of it, but a lot of people didn't. A lot of people felt like they were scammed, and rightfully so, because he was just selling you a dream. He's driving around, he's the boss in the Bentley, the Asian dragon, whatever he calls himself. He's wearing his red suit. He's just really good at marketing. He's just really good at presenting himself in a certain way. And that's how a lot of these guys are. Because I would see him and I'd be like, yeah, I want the Bentley too. I want the cool car too. I want the nice suits too. But I didn't actually want those things. I didn't actually care about that stuff. It's just because I was listening to this guy and I was watching his videos and I was taking his course and I was learning from him that he was programming me and the rest of us into trying to follow his version of success, his idea of success, his idea of productivity. But that's not what we wanted. We just wanted to live our lives and take care of ourselves or take care of our families. Or for me, I just want to travel and like have cool experiences. That's part of my definition of success. And then all this more, this chasing this material wealth, it just burns you out. You feel burnt out on life. You just start hating your life because it's like you're just in another version of the rat race. You hear all these stories about people who work on Wall Street, who work in finance. They're working like 80-hour weeks, 120-hour weeks. And it's like, yeah, they're making a lot of money, but they also want to kill themselves. They also are addicted to drugs just to cope with the stress of their job. That's no way to live. We are human beings. We are not robots. We shouldn't be forcing ourselves to do stuff that we don't want to do, help us win in life, that don't help us feel happy in life just because other people said we should. We need a balance of structure and spontaneity. We need a balance of work and play, right? All work and no play makes Jack a very dull boy. You're not going to be happy. I used to do this too, like recently even, I still notice this, like I would just be getting stressed out because I'm just like working all day, and then I look at my calendar and there's empty spaces in the calendar, and that's the toxic productivity programming, makes you think that you need to fill your calendar more. You're not doing enough. You know, that other person's getting ahead of you. That other person is doing better than you. It's like, okay, who cares? They're living their life, they're accomplishing their goals, and I'm accomplishing mine. I'd rather work less. I think less is more. Let's do quality of work over quantity. Let's do the exact amount of work that we need to do to progress towards our goals, then stop, rest, and grow. It's just like Mike Mentzer in the gym. Do the exact amount of work you need to do in the gym to trigger muscle protein synthesis, and then leave the gym, rest, and grow. Just do what you need to do. Don't do all this junk volume. Don't do all this extra. Don't think, oh, I have to be more productive, I have to do more. Then you're just like looking for problems to solve when there are none. You're giving yourself anxiety because you're comparing yourself to all these other people in this fake idealized version of life. You're not actually living. You're not actually accomplishing your goals and chasing your dreams and creating the life that you want to live. You're programmed on their loop. You're trying to live their life that they want to live. That's what they want. But is that what you want? Sometimes, a lot of times, there is no actual problem. There is no more work that we need to do that's actually going to progress us further. We're burnt out, we're tired, like we've already done a lot of work. We've done a good job for the day. It's time to relax. It's time to rest. It's time to let our brains and our bodies recharge. It's time to let our subconscious mind figure out all those extra problems, and for us to just focus on other aspects of life, on our hobbies, on socializing, spending time with friends and family, on our side hustle, whatever it is that we want to do. Enjoy the present moment. Enjoy this moment right now. You can only build towards your goals in this moment right now, right? Life is just a continuation of present moments. It's just present moment after present moment after present moment. The future is not set in stone. It's all just potential. Even if we want to talk about quantum physics, it's all just like potentiality, just like every possibility exists. That's why multiverse theory is getting bigger and bigger. And we can choose, what reality do we want to create? What reality do we want to live in? And we choose that internally, and that reflects in our actions externally. Now we start taking the proper action. Now we start doing what we need to do, working when we need to work and resting when we need to work, right? You lift the weight and then you take a rest in between sets. You don't just keep going, burn yourself out, and then you don't go to the gym again for like a few weeks or a month, and then you've lost all your progress. We don't want to do that. We want to be consistent. And part of consistency is knowing when it's time to rest, when it's time to relax, when it's time to recharge. So always be present. Everything is in the present moment. Nothing can be enjoyed outside of the present moment. Stop being fake, stop being performative, stop trying to be some hustle dude. Stop trying to be some girl boss. I don't know, all these fucking TikTok fake people archetypes. Notice how you don't see any of these people in real life. It's all just performative shit online. Like even the whole idea of the performative male is just, that's performative in and of itself. Like, I don't know. I don't see those people outside. Like, I don't think those people actually exist. I think it's just some idea of a person that we want to put on TikTok and on Instagram and like make memes about. And I think we just constantly recycle these same archetypes over and over, because the performative guy is just like the hipster guy from 10 years ago, the millennial hipster guy. And then it's like, we're just being performative. We're just being NPCs. We're just like doing what is popular. We're just following the trends. We're just trying to be some sort of archetype of a human being instead of just being ourselves. So know who you are, get to know yourself, develop that relationship with yourself. And you can only do that in the present moment, because when you do that, you're gonna feel so much more peace and more joy and less stress, because you don't have all this pressure of trying to be like everyone else. It's like, no, I know who I am. I know what my goals are. I know why I want them. And I'm just gonna take the action necessary to achieve my goals. And everything else is just, it's just noise. It doesn't matter. Block out the noise, focus on what you need to do. My friends, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what videos you want to see next, and I'll talk to you soon.